Hey, everybody who is not here yet, because we just went live 2 seconds ago for episode one of Random Rules. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. You'll be able to watch this back, so I won't spare any, I won't wait for you all to catch up. You can watch it on repeat. We're here today for episode one with Elle of Shaylee. Shaylee is Elle's, she's from Portland, and this is her power pop project. Obviously, with quarantine in effect, it will be a solo show today. But yeah, thanks a lot for joining us. We have a bunch of music videos coming up. Justin, who you can all probably see, is producing the show, and it's his idea to kind of throw back to some of the old music video shows of yesteryear. So we have some music videos, and Elle's going to play some songs for us. So I think we're going to start off with a video by Shaylee, which is Elle's band.
All right, here goes nothing. All right, it's good.
Back and forth. To you.
The crowd goes crazy or something.
Nice.
That was awesome. I recognize Washington Park from that, right?
That's the Rose Test Gardens in Portland, I believe.
Yeah, cool.
It's like
pretty
it's just
spot.
an enormous rose garden.
Love the air guitar solo.
It's the
Yeah, that was it was cool because like there's a huge amphitheater stage there, as you could see in the video, and it was like towards the end of shooting. But I was like desperate for us to like get on that stage because I was just like, "There's a huge stage. Why don't we use it?" But what you don't notice is like during the shoot, it was pouring rain. We were just like miserable out there and like just soaked. And the air guitar solo was just like I just decided like, oh, let's just like air our instruments and stuff. So it was a really fun music video to do. Definitely like my favorite music video I think I've ever been a part of. So
Yeah, super
Nice.
fun to watch. So you got some songs
Agreed.
for us?
yeah, I'm going to be playing songs off of our upcoming record. That should be dropping on Justin's label, Jack London Records, later this year. The first song I'm going to play is the title track off the record. Right now, it's the title track, the working title track. It's called Stoned Poet. And it's about being a little delinquent piece of shit. And it goes like this. Though I know I shouldn't stay, I don't want to go. Skip the class, the light and fire, and no one has to know. We'll take a walk to your mom's and watch your favorite shows. Steal the bills and cigarettes and pass out on the floor. And though I know I shouldn't care, anymore. You could have been just like God, but I was getting stoned. We'll take a walk to your dad's and make out on the floor. Set apart from who you are, the girl you were before. So yeah, that's the first song that I'll play today.
I wish I could play my acoustic guitar as well as you play yours.
Thanks.
I play the electric, but I switch over to the acoustic and it's like a whole nother instrument to me.
Yeah, I try to treat every instrument like it's drums. Like just hit it as hard as you can and it'll hopefully sound good, you know? But yeah, just you got to treat it almost like it's an electric and just like struggle along with it. Like I can finger pick and stuff if I want, but I just kind of like strumming it like an electric, honestly.
So whatever you're doing is working. It sounded great.
Yep.
Thanks.
So you got another one for us?
Yeah. This next one has been around for a long time, and it's been a regular piece of our live sets. It's called Black Sheep, and this will also be on the next record. Don't want no picture written in a book. I want the words to speak so clearly that I'm hooked. And when it ends, I'll lay down inside. I'll brush my teeth and turn out the light. All those fairy tales will scare me. Nothing keeps me from the very
emoji kiss. There's nothing in this world that feels like this. But all those fairy tales will scare me. Nothing keeps me from the very things I want, but I could never keep. All those tales of joy and sorrow, they keep me hooked until tomorrow. Living my life as the dumb black sheep. The dumb black sheep. Don't want no fear to live in my life. I wanna live and never think twice. But it ain't easy living in the herd. When everybody's hooked on the shepherd's words. Yeah, but all those fairy tales will scare me. Nothing keeps me from the very things I want, but I can never keep. All those tales of joy and sorrow, they keep me hooked until tomorrow. Living my life as the dumb black sheep. The dumb black sheep. The dumb black sheep. The dumb black sheep.
Awesome. What's that one called?
It's called Black Sheep,
Cool.
and it's about
Is that,
being a black sheep.
You have your record coming out soon on Jack London. You were saying, is that track on it?
Oh yeah. In the current, sorry, I have to tune now, or else it's gonna drive me crazy. Even when I play live sets, I'm obsessively tuning all the damn time. But yeah, that'll be on that record. Right now, the way that it's put together, that's the opening track. So I kind of wanted to like just come out of the gate, just like, oh yeah, here's everything I'm capable of, because I feel like that's a pretty good taste tester of like kind of the vibe that Shaylee has. So that's
For sure.
actually one of my favorites as far as like playing it live and stuff. It's always got some pretty good energy to it.
Yeah, most
Nice.
definitely. It's a treat to hear the acoustic version.
Yeah. This is I don't know if I wrote that song on this guitar. That song's existed since like 2017, so it's been around long enough that I forget how I wrote it originally, but it does sound good on this guitar. That is true.
We were interested to know how Portland is. Justin is obviously in Oakland, and I'm up in Vancouver, Canada. Like, how's things in Portland right now with the whole Corona panic? I was speaking to some friends, and they said possibly you guys haven't been hit quite as hard as Seattle, for one.
Yeah. Oregon is actually doing better with quarantining than most other states, which is great. I mean, I think that there's just a really big population of people who understand, the severity of this outbreak and are taking it very seriously. So while me and all my other roommates have been laid off from our jobs and we're all on unemployment now, and we're all, still self-quarantining and all that, I think we're doing better here than other places, just because it's like our infection rate's pretty low. A lot of people are, taking it seriously. And I think it's, manifesting as, not being as bad as Seattle or California or, God forbid, New York right now. So it's not as bad as it could have been, but still it's affecting everybody pretty severely. So I'm not going to say it's a walk in the park. It certainly isn't.
Yeah, for sure. Pun not intended. No walks in the park, please.
Yeah, true.
Cool. So we have another music video now. This is from another Portland band, although that's not a theme. That's more of a coincidence. This whole random rules thing, we hope to kind of build a network around the DIY and independent community worldwide. It's one of the beauties of the internet, right? Live streaming. So we'll definitely be featuring bands from other parts of the world soon. But for right now, we're back with another Portland music video from a band called Maita.
Do not speak of the ache in my shoulders. They bear the burdens I've willingly paid for. You have your own, they live deep in the folds of your cynical mind like mice. I have been bit by them 2 times or thrice, and the skin on my hand became tough to the touch. Now they sleep deeply, you oil the crease of my palm. And in all my dreams I'm more careful than kind. Keep my 2 hands clean and my tongue on nice. And I dare you and dare you to fool me twice. I'd pay any price to be right. 'Cause you didn't speak until it got real bad. You didn't speak, then you broke what you had. Let time run its course. I never could forget, but I forgive like a dog somewhere in my bones. These wounds they make let go, but I left your body by the door, living in the floor. How can a man ignore a beast and her sword? I know a girl who made bare of the world, 'cause the light that she wears takes more eyes than is fair. She holds the weight of a heart that yearns for most to love. And I saw her love and read her lover's love. She burned red, I turned green. Did I know anything? But when push came to shove, love, it wasn't enough. No, nothing. 'Cause he didn't speak until it got real bad. He didn't speak, are we to go mad? Must time run its course? I never could forget, but I forgive like a dog somewhere in my bones. These wounds they make let go, but I left your body by the door, living in the floor. How can a man ignore a beast and her sword?
That was A Beast by Maita. Maita has their first album with Kill Rock Stars coming out soon. There's a bunch of other stuff online already, including some singles from the album. But if you want to listen to that song or more, it's everywhere you would expect to find a song, Bandcamp and Spotify for one. There's a pre-order up as well through mita.bandcamp.com, a beautiful translucent red vinyl. And now we're going to go pretty swiftly into a couple more songs from you, Al.
Cool. So this next one I'm going to play, let me make sure I'm all capoed properly. The thing about this guitar is it's old. It's really old. It's from 1943, and I can't afford to get it set up properly, so every time I capo it, it's out of intonation. So just give me a moment to get this thing tuned properly. That'll do it. So this next song I wrote about the rising power structures in my country right now. And just kind of, it's a statement of fear. But I meant to write this as sort of a way to acknowledge that there are things to be afraid of. And I kind of felt some power over it, just writing about it. So it's called Stay Scared. Stay scared, they say, stay scared. Stay scared, they say, don't care. Your loved ones will die and you'll be close behind. You follow them blind. Stay scared, they say, and stay thin. Stay small enough to fit in the box they provide, where you'll live till you die, and you follow them blind. There's a country on fire. There's a whole body of human beings lost in the mind. And don't be surprised if you're next on the fascist list.
That was awesome.
Well, yeah, that song's called Stay Scared. Thanks. So I've got one more, right?
Yeah. What's coming next?
Cool. Let me see. Next, I would like to do something from my last record, just so I can play something familiar to some folks that may be watching. Let me go ahead. I will do. I have to tune this damn thing again, so just give me one moment as I do that. So the
I have a
last
question
record
about your last record when you're done tuning,
Yeah.
Al.
Yes, of course. It should be done right about.
I
Yes.
I've listened to it obviously, and I loved it. Justin turned me onto it, and I was just interested about the name and the concept. I forget the full title, but something along the lines of The Adventures of Shaylee and Tarantula, right?
Yeah, The Life and Misadventures of Shaylee and Tarantula is the full album title. It's funny you ask this because the next song I was going to play is the title track off that record, Shaylee and Tarantula, which I can kind of explain. So I used to be in this band, and it was like a garage punk band. And we were touring around Oakland, actually, a few years back. And we stopped by this nature reserve and just were drinking 40s and just being dumbasses. When we were having this conversation, it was kind of dumb, saying like, oh, yeah, like moms name their kids the dumbest things these days, like Braden, Caden, and Jaden and all this kind of stuff. And my friend said, yo, we like Shaylee and Tarantula. And we thought it was the funniest fucking thing. Like, we were just busting up. And I wrote it in my phone drunkenly thinking, like, I'm going to save this for later. Like, this is going to be something. And I had this instrumental just sitting around that when I got home, I just laid down some vocal takes on it. And, like, all the takes you hear on that song on the record are all, like, first takes. Because it happened very quickly, very immediately. At least on that particular song. So that was long before the idea of ever starting a band called Shaylee ever entered my mind. I had that song. So when it came time to start the band, I realized like I kind of like that name. Like it has a good ring to it. I like the way it looks on paper. So I named the band after that song and thusly named the record that song appeared on about kind of the life of this character named Shaylee and her battles with this, kind of nemesis named Tarantula. It's very vague, but to me, I represent Shaylee, as a trans feminine person who had to battle, my own inner demons that manifested through testosterone, which is tarantula, so to speak. So it started off as a joke and ended up being something that was a lot more serious and was a way for me to kind of express my struggles with my own identity, with transitioning, and with like all the feelings kind of leading up to that moment, in a way that felt like it was kind of outside of myself, where I could write from the vantage point of Shaylee, of this character, and just let that manifest itself naturally, as opposed to me being like, oh yeah, like all these songs are about me, when in reality they're all about me. So that's kind of the idea behind the record and why it has such a ridiculously long title. It's also kind of inspired by the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust and Spiders from Mars. So kind of
I was going to say, I get like a big David Bowie vibe. It's awesome.
Yeah, definitely intentional.
Cool. Well, let's hear it.
Cool. Yeah, this is the title track, Shaylee and Tarantula. Oh, ooh, look at my shoes. Tarantula talking to their friends, drinking vodka from a jug in the basement, having fun in such a way to waste precious time. Clock is ticking every day towards the finish line. Don't you know you're a good kid? No matter what you did. You sure can go and fix yourself. Devin and Evangela stole their mama's car. They made it all the way to Portland before getting caught. Copper asked them to get out, made a run for it. 10 bullets to the back just for being scared. Don't you know you're a good
step one. You know we're doing as we think we should. As weird as it seems, I swear I'm doing the right
That was awesome.
Yeah, fuck.
That was very
great.
awesome.
Felt like I was right there with you.
I've got a lot more experience playing that one live, so probably had a little bit more energy than some of the others.
I can't believe you can do that on your acoustic, like, for real.
Thanks. Yeah, it's taken me a long time to get these chops up. So, yeah, I'm glad that I can at least make it seem like there's more than just me. You know, give it a little bit more energy. For what it's worth, also, I don't mean to brag, but like the action on this thing is high as shit. It's like I'm playing on hard mode on this thing, so it's like I'm pretty limited in what I can actually do. When you make it to like this part of the fretboard, it's just pain. It's just a lot of pain. So.
How'd you get that guitar,
Yeah,
actually? It's a very old, classic piece there. There must be a story.
Yeah. So with this thing, I was working at Guitar Center back when I lived in Bakersfield, California. It's my hometown. And I walked into work, and this it was the guitar tech there said like, "Hey, check out this guitar." And I looked at it, I'm like, "Whoa, this is like a super old Martin, kind of similar to the one that John Frusciante plays." And John Frusciante is like one of my guitar idols growing up. So I immediately just like looked at it and realized like, oh, the action on this is actually pretty workable and it sounds really cool. He said, "Yeah, this guy's trying to sell it." And I see this guy come around the corner, and I swear to God, he was like 6'4", had this enormous belly and a big old beard, was wearing a cowboy hat. He was like a mountain man, and he was like an alcoholic with a vintage guitar collection looking to let loose of this instrument so he could buy some whiskey. And I forget his name, but it was something absurd like Country Bubba or something like that. Like it was genuinely ridiculous. And he had this laugh that was so loud, like he would fill up the whole store. It was crazy. And yeah, I started talking to him about this instrument. I had some money set aside for a Larrivee. I was hoping to buy this other acoustic. And I convinced my manager that this has ivory on it, because in California pawn laws, you can't buy things that have ivory. So I convinced him that this is ivory, which I don't think it actually is, but I convinced him. So in any case, I offered the guy what I had, which I thought was like way too low. I offered him like, I think it was $1,300. And like, I see these things in like perfect shape going for like, 35 to like $4,000, especially when they're like from 43, they're like World War II era. Pre-war Martins are more expensive, but like still, it's an old mahogany Martin. It's aged beautifully. It sounds great. It's a great recording guitar. But in any case, I made him the offer, and I thought he was going to just outright say no, like, nah, I'm good. But instead, he just reached out his hand, and I was like, like, I'm 20. Like, am I really going to have a guitar this nice? Like, this is crazy. And it's like our hands were like magnets, like going against each other until finally they locked in place. And yeah, the next day he came in with the guitar case and stuff. And I've even got the original receipt. It was bought from this music shop in Bakersfield called Parliers in 1962 for $47.
Shit. So it's,
It's kinda
What?
nuts.
you bought it in Bakersfield, so it sort of stayed there its whole lifetime.
Yeah. The guy lived in Tehachapi, which is like a mountain town, like outside of Bakersfield. And another thing about this guitar that's kind of interesting is, I don't know if you could see it, but there's some holes in it, like right above the, I think right up there. Yeah, right up there. There's holes like above and below the sound hole, and also one right here. And then there's also a space for an output jack down here. So the thing is like this guitar is routed to have like a pickup in it, but then the electronics were taken out at some point. But the story goes that it was played on stage with Merle Haggard. I have no proof of this, but
Sick.
it's a cool story, so I tell it anyway.
Why not?
Yeah.
That's dope.
So,
Yeah.
so what do
You
look
mentioned
forward to
Frusciante.
most once the Corona panic is over and you can do what you want again?
What am I going to be doing?
Yeah, what are you looking forward to the most?
Mostly whippets. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to be playing shows again. Please, I want to play shows again. I miss it so much. That was like the thing I had to look forward to most. There was like my anchors where I would just be like feeling like garbage most of the time. But when I played a show, it's like, oh my God, I'm in control of my life and everything's great. And now that that's gone, it's like, oh my God, what the hell is going to fill this void? So I'm really excited to get back into playing shows, networking with other bands, just going outside. I want to eat at a restaurant again. Like I want to.
I'm so excited for that.
Right? Like I want to go to a bar and just get shit faced and get some tater tots. Like that's my vibe. That's what I would like to do.
I really want to buy a cappuccino. That's like the thing I miss most.
Oh my God, yeah. Just good coffee. So good.
Yeah, for real. Hey, I think we're gonna play one last video to wrap it up in a sec. But before we do, we wanted to kind of give you the floor, Al. If there's anything you want to promote, you already mentioned you have a record coming soon. Anything else? Any other ways people can contribute right now?
Well, yeah. I've got a Venmo at Shaylee the band. I'm always taking tips, always like because anything that you give me will go directly towards furthering my ability to survive at this point. If you want more music, I have to be alive to make it, I've also got a Bandcamp, shayleeband.bandcamp.com, where you could purchase both of our albums, Bring It Out of Me and The Life and Misadventures of Shaylee and Tarantula. For Name Your Price, I've also got CDs and some like stickers and merch for sale and stuff too. Follow us on Instagram. Tell your friends about us. I just want to make this next record as big and as grand as I possibly can, and want to hit the biggest audience possible. So if you like what I'm doing, show your support. I'll throw you on the mailing list and let you know like when stuff is coming out, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Sweet. I saw we already had a comment on the Facebook feed from somebody referring you to their friend as a band they may like. So that's pretty cool. There's been at least a few viewers over the last 40 minutes, and they dig it. So that's rad. Thanks a lot for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
cool.
That's fun.
You can follow Random Rules TV on Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. We're going to be doing more of these. We're kind of getting our feet wet with this one, but hopefully you'll dig the concept and there'll be more of them. And yeah, I think we're going to end with anything else to say before we introduce the last video, Justin?
No, I think that's it. I just watched this video the first time today. Pretty awesome, but I'll let you introduce it because they're your neighbors.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like this. So this is a Vancouver band called Yes Bear. They have more recent releases. Their Bandcamp is yesbear.bandcamp.com if anybody wants to go listen to more. But I love this song and this video so much, so felt like it would be a fun one to close with. Stefan, the singer, actually has another band come with a new single coming out next week. The band's called Tidy. They already have some stuff on Spotify and all the other places. So check them out, facebook.com/Tidy Music. Thanks a lot for tuning in. This is Making It by Jesper.
You're functioning